Hey, Blessed Tribe, it's Coach Jess. I'm back again with another mental health motivational word on today. I hope you guys are having a fabulous, fabulous day. I just recently got back from walking on my trail. I had told y'all before, like, I hadn't been on a trail in 3 days. And it makes a difference, especially with your mental health. Listen, when you release those endorphins, it just release stress. It just, give you some vitamin D out there in the sun. I know people was like, why did she wait until this point in the day to walk? But God say, listen, you must press forward anyway. I said that I desired a schedule where I could freely work out, freely have just have some flexibility with my schedule. And God has just blessed me in every way. Everything I say I wanted, I needed, God has just provided it. And I just want to publicly say thank you. And I want you to be thinking about some things that God has blessed you with that you asked for a long, long time ago and that you're just now receiving on this end in this season. So sometimes we ask for stuff in many seasons ago, and then we look up and we're like, oh, I did pray for that. I prayed for happiness. I prayed for joy. I prayed for clarity. I prayed for completion of programs. I prayed for like weight loss, improving relationships with my children, things like that. Just think about all the different goals that you've set, and now they're here in your face, and you forget to say thank you because you waited so long. It's just like now all of a sudden it's here. So I am very grateful to be able to exercise at my own free will, be able to book Blessed Tribe members at my own free will, able to just travel and do different things that I've never been able to do before. And I'm just so thankful to God that He has blessed me with these things and opportunities. So as I was on my trail, y'all know I always give revelation. I always get downloads. Sometimes, God give me angel numbers. He revealed things in the clouds, revealed things through my memories, through a professional development course, a personal development course, meeting with the Blessed Tribe members. God give me downloads all the time. I'm always open. So if you do open yourself up to get intimate, personal, and vulnerable with God, He will use the Holy Spirit and just give you revelation after revelation after revelation. And you'll be like, wow, it's coming so fast, I can't even keep up. So, what I have for you guys on today is Shark Tank. And I was like, Shark Tank? What is this all about? So, God say that's why everywhere you go, you feel like you're in a Shark Tank, especially when He put you on work assignments and business opportunities. Sometimes you may feel like you are in a Shark Tank, meaning that everybody's looking at you, everybody's gravitating towards you, or either everybody's fearing you and everybody is unsure of you. And that's because as an eagle spirit, as a lion spirit, as somebody who has good character, has bold confidence, somebody who is not afraid to stand up when the storm arises, when you have those character traits, you may feel like always under attack or always under watch. But that is because God said He cannot use His light spirit, His eagle spirits, His lion spirits in rooms of light. If it's already light there, God is probably not going to bring you there. He's going to use a person like you to go into environments where there is toxicity taking place, there is backstabbing taking place, there is things that need to be elevated in that space, or there's money to be got on a table in that space. There's new creative innovative ideas that need to be presented in that department, or wherever He take you. It don't matter whether it be in a prison, whether it be on a community service, because one day I got caught up in a situation where I had to do 50 hours of community service, and I was like, God, what? Everybody was like, what is this eagle and lion doing in here? But God bring you in places where He's going to teach you a lesson, and it's not about you. He's there. He's bringing you into this dark, dark space because He know that you are the light. He birthed you to be this eagle, this lion, this light of Him. When people see you, they're going to see a little bit of Jesus. They're going to see a little bit of that Christ, of our Father that we serve. People are going to be able to smell it, taste it, feel it. They're going to be in the spirit. When you commune with somebody, you're going to be able to speak to them spiritually by using your word, using your spirit, using your listening ears, by paying attention. Some people have nobody to listen to. God say He's bringing you as the light, as the influencer, as the confident person, as the leader, for you to draw out darkness. It no matter where I go, and this is not to be cocky, but it doesn't matter where I go. People are always copying me. People are always mimicking things that I do. It's because when people see positive things that are in you that they want to employ in their life, they want to copy it. They want more of that. They want more of that Jesus. They want more of that light, that anointing, that gift, that discernment. People yearn for that. So if you are on the other side of the screen, and you are taking offense when people copy you, when people stare at you, when people talk to you and just reveal themselves to you, don't do that. Make sure that you are remaining pure. Make sure you don't become what the enemy has set up for you to get trapped into. Make sure you stay light, you stay area, you stay confident. Make sure you stay in that leadership position. Sometimes when he bring you in that darkness, you feel like, okay, all the sharks are about to attack me, which is the dark energy. And it don't be the people, it just be the energies that are on those people, those bad character traits that are on those people. But God say, make no mistake, you are also going to be able to learn something when you go inside these environments. It's not all about you. God revealed to me, because I took some notes, and he said that you are going to be able to learn some good qualities from certain people who have a little bit of darkness that just needs some influence from you. Don't think that you are on that assignment by happen chance. Don't think that you are in that family by happen chance. God specifically designed you to be exactly where you are now, or you wouldn't be there. Even if you made the wrong turn to end yourself where you are right now, that does not mean that you're in the wrong place. You just have some things you need to learn before you can move on to another department. So God say, when you're on your job assignment, in this business deal, raising your children, in this marriage, whatever you are connected to in this family, he said, listen, you can take some positive things that you see. Don't always focus on the negative, what you don't have, what you didn't have growing up. You never participated in this, you never had that, you're missing this out of your life, your credit look like this, your house look like this. Don't focus on those things. Focus on the positive things that you can grasp for any situation. This is how you also gain resiliency too. When you don't focus on what you don't have, you focus on what you do have, and you do like my coach, you work that thing. And after a while, when you begin to hang around kingdom teaching, you begin to sound just like these people. But it's all in love. It's all in advancing the kingdom. And God say, listen, when you are around people who are doing things like being on time, y'all know I talk about being a time queen. God saying this season, he's wanted me personally to learn to be on time, to take more accountability, to be more confident in my own abilities, my own attributes, my own thoughts and creativity. He's saying he wanted me to tap more into that in this season. And you also may be surrounded by people who just don't get angry quickly, or, get upset with you when you make a mistake. So he's bringing you in different environments. And I want you to think about the assignment you're on. If you're on somebody's job, if you're starting that business, if you're in a family where people have positive things that are happening, God say, reach for those positive things and bring them into your life so that you can become an even better influencer, even more confident person, an even better business owner and mother and wife or husband, whatever your role are in the kingdom. He's wanting you to take some positive attributes, some positive characteristics and life skills that people are doing, and he wants you to employ that in your life. So spending money, if you're around people who are able to help you financially learn how to manage your money, he wants you to get that off the table. Learn from other people that you are surrounded with. Don't focus on all the darkness, because I'm telling you now that where you are, there is a little bit of darkness there because you are there. You would not be present. You as a light, as a kingdom ambassador, as a eagle spirit, as a lion spirit, somebody who's confident, very authoritative. You know how to, delegate. You know how to manage yourself. You walk, you exercise, you make sure you're embracing your mind to have more clarity. You have a business, whatever it is. God say, listen, he's wanting you to learn to manage your money in this season. So making sure that you are getting those skills, and whatever skills, if it's cooking skills, if it is learning how to use your teaching abilities, whatever your job assignment is right now, or whatever situations you're in or involvement in organizations, he's wanting you to learn some positive things that you can bring back to the kingdom to help push it forward. So learning how to invest in courses. If you have people who are going back to school, that's a desire of yours to increase some level of understanding in some department. If you're going to open up a business, you may want to learn how to do accounting. If you are bad with a MacBook like I was when I first got introduced to one, I had to take a course just to learn how to operate the MacBook. So now I'm just more adventurous on here. I know how to work it more literally. Just I'm more literate in that department. Like I'm more able to get on my computer and learn what to do. So if you're surrounded by people who are all about self-development, professional development, get into some development courses. Ask them, hey, what is an interesting development course I can take? What is something I can do to become a better speaker, to not say 1,000 times? What can I do to just be more friendly and more open? Just get some positive things off the table. Also, you may feel like you're in a shark tank because you're always having to be the influencer. You're always having to be the highest person there. You're always having to be the leader, to step above, to keep your mouth shut, to keep your happiness and peace, and keep, everything cordial. God say it's not by happen chance that you are that person. He specifically placed you in darkness so that you can show people how to operate when they feel like they're in a shark tank. You do not let people intimidate you. You do not hold your head low and don't look people in their eyes. And, you continue to wear your hair how you wear it. You continue to dress the way that you typically dress. You continue to speak, to have that authority, to have that confidence. You continue to use your creativity. You don't let the darkness deter you from who God birthed you to be. So that's what people need to see. And that's what God has placed you in those environments to make an influence. He's saying that he can't use you in an environment that's already full of light, that's already full of bubbly personality traits, and everybody's treating everybody with respect and nobody feel left behind. He's bringing you into these environments where you can actually make a difference, where you can say, a person can look at you and say, this person never made me feel this type of way. This person never spoke about me behind my back. This person never lied and cheated me out of anything. This person never disrespected me, never dishonored me, and they never did that to themselves. So people need to see more spirits like this just dominating in the kingdom. And I'm going to check off what I already said so I don't say the same thing. And you are the driving force, meaning that's what I was just getting to. So you are the force that's there designed to drive these things out. And you're not going to have to be loud and boastful and I am this. You are just going to be cool, calm, and collected like a cucumber. I don't know, whenever I chop cucumbers up in my water, I feel just so like I'm on the beach somewhere. But anyway, you're going to be cool. You're going to be that refresher. You're going to be, you're going to be that breath of fresh air, and people are not going to like you. I want you to remember this right now, that Jessica Danielle Kearney told you on this day that if you are an eagle, you are a lion, you are a dominator, you are an influencer, you are a leader. People who are of the darkness, let me be very clear, people that are of the darkness, even some people in the light that hasn't risen to your level of success in the spirit, where God has using them the way he's using you. Sometimes people may be a little intimidated, and it's natural to say, hey, I wonder what she has I don't have. But some people are not going to like you. They are automatically going to say, listen, she's too much. She's too domineering. She's too this and that. She need to tone it down. Why is she doing that? People, that's just how people are. So the scripture I wanted to leave with you to combat that is Philippians chapter 2, verses 3. It says, don't be selfish. Don't try to impress others. So when you are in this leadership spirit, and God is only going to give this level of influence to people who can handle it, people who it will not go to their head, people who are going to actually, be of service, who are going to serve the community with the gifts that he give us. He's not going to give this to people who are just, big headed, can't handle the finances that come with it. You have to get to a level where he can trust you. But he says in this season, do not be selfish and don't try to impress others. So that's what I meant when I said do not conform to the darkness that he is going to put you in. Do not become a shark like the other sharks that are in your tank wherever you are. And there's always going to be one. There's always going to be one person who, just don't like you for no apparent reason. But God say, listen, in this season, don't become those people. Do not allow you being the level of influence, you being the person who is there to make changes and create changes and, be innovative in that space. Don't let you become the darkness that he's placed you there to influence. And eventually people will get on board. Sometimes you are just such a pure heart. People cannot not love you. It's like, oh, I really don't like her, but she okay, and that's okay. Because you're not there to what? To try to impress people there. You're there to honor your father, honor yourself, and be used in the kingdom. That's all you're there for. It's not about you. And I had also was thinking about how sometimes when we are being the person of influence, whether you're the first person in your family to go to school, whether you are the first person in your family not addicted to drugs, whether you're the first person in your family to create a family, where there is going to be lots of love and respect and honor and mutuality, and you're gonna get to your feminine rest, you're gonna have this cotton ball lifestyle. You are the first person to actually seek out these things and understand that these are things that have been rooted in your family. These are things that have been rooted in this company that you work for. These are things that have been rooted in this organization or in these specific people who are of darkness. You have to remember that when you get to the root of something, it's deep, deep in. So you're going to have to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, that you are exercising, drinking your water, praying like Daniel 3 times a day if you need to. You need to make sure that you are taking care of you. Self-preservation is very important when working in a dark environment. And as an empath, usually you can feel certain things, when people talking about you. But yes, again, you're not there to impress people. So you have to make sure you're focusing on your assignment, focusing on your kingdom assignment. And that's why I'm very serious when I get on assignments, when I get into partnerships, when I get into life coaching sessions with my Blessed Tribe members. I'm very serious about my purpose. I'm very serious about my goals, and I'm very serious about why I'm there. Because if you get distracted for an ounce or for a half of a second, you can get thrown off and get into the darkness with the sharks. Okay. So God is reminding me that you're dealing with issues that did not just arise with you. These same issues and things that you're battling, and the way that you feel and the way that you process things, it just didn't start with you. Your mother had gifts. Your grandmother had gifts. Your great grandmother had gifts. Your uncle, their father, your aunties, your first cousins. These people have some of the same things that you have. God just chose you to be the person to uproot this issue and to deal with it firsthand. Every family has a devil or enemy or an adversary that has ran havoc in their family for years and years and generations. So God reminded me, Jessica, take the capital YOU out of this equation. It has nothing to do with you. You are just the person who got lucky enough for God to choose you. And you have to always keep that humility, always keep that even mild temper, to know that God could have chose your sister, he could have chose your mama, or he could have chose your grandma, but he chose you. So you have to remember your assignment. I'm feeling chills. You have to remember this assignment was specifically for your family and for you, to make sure that you uproot certain things that are no longer serving the kingdom. And these things are, what the negative things are. We don't have to go over them. People face it each and every day because there's more negativity than positivity out here, especially on the internet, exposing to our kids and all of that stuff. So guys, say the thing that you are here to, the force that you're fighting, your grandmother fought it, your mother fought it, your great grandmother fought it, your aunties fought it, and your cousins are fighting it too. They just either left it on a table for you to do, or they just haven't found a solution of how to do it. But a lion never gives up. It's very fast and it fights in a storm. An eagle never gives up. It doesn't fly low in the chicken coop. It doesn't mingle with other birds. It's found one at a time. Somebody who is a leader, you make sure that you are being you, authentically you, not mimicking everything else that you see. Yes, you can get character traits from other people that are desirable and it's uplifting, but you are not like everybody else. And you have to remember that you're not there to impress anybody else. So you have to make sure that you continue to take care of yourself. And I gave some examples about how not to make it about you and how to make sure that you uproot the problem and not just, just go to therapy and say, hey, I just want to be happy. Or, hey, I just don't want my boyfriend to beat me. Or, hey, I just don't want to be cheated on. You have to make sure that you get to the root. Look in your family history. Look at how your grandmother's marriage went, how your mother's marriage went, how all of your cousin marriages are going, how all of your aunties' marriages went. Look at the generational thing, whether alcoholism running your family, drug addiction, whether mental health running your family. I have multiple things like that going on in my own lineage that God say, it's in every family. Don't feel like you have to focus on your neighbor and fight the battle they're fighting. You have one specifically designed for your family. You have an adversary out there that has had your family's inheritance locked up with the wicked for years and years and years and generations to come. So God say, just like how if you have a problem, you say, I can't sleep at night. And that's basically being sleep deprived and you can't go to sleep. When you don't get multiple days of sleep, you start hallucinating. You start feeling like, out of body. And that eventually could possibly lead to depression, things like that. Like if you don't address one issue, it could lead to other issues. If you start out worrying a little bit, worrying unaddressed, that you don't journal, you don't have anybody to talk to, it leads to anxiety, constantly worrying to a point where it cripples you from doing your day-to-day duties. Dealing with worry, then it escalating to anxiety could lead to depression, where you can't function, you're not happy, you're not doing the things that normally made you happy. Your kids may be suffering, you may not be taking them baths consistently, reading them a book or doing any activities that they enjoy, cooking for them, cleaning up behind them, certain things like that. One unaddressed issue can lead to multiple other unaddressed issues. That's why God is saying, when I was on my trail, I saw some roots, and it was some tree roots. And I was wondering, I was like, wow, where did they come from? But once you uproot something from the ground, like a tree root, they must have been doing some electrical work. And they had saw a root in the middle of where they were digging. So they dug it up, but they left it there. It was two big, massive pieces of root. And you wouldn't even think beneath the ground that they would be all intertwined like that and it would be that big. But God is saying the thing that you're facing, the shark that is out there that you need to drive out, in your personal family, that may be robbing you from being the leader that you can be and that he birthed you to be, is that you have to get the root of the issue. So if depression has ran in your family, domestic violence, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, molestation, where multiple women in your family have been molested, multiple women in your family have been beat on by their husbands, multiple people in your family has suffer from drug addictions, most people in your family are, illiterate, they can't read, they have no educational background. God say these are the roots that you need to be focusing on. So you don't have time to get on jobs and on business sites and on connections with people and worry about impressing them. No. If you got that in mind, you have the wrong intentions and the wrong ambitions. You're fighting the wrong adversary. God say these are the things that you need to focus on. Uproot these things so that you can get to a level where you can dominate a shark, where you can go in and drive out darkness, where you can get to a place where your stamina is so surreal that nobody can mess with you. When you get in the air in flight like an eagle, there's only going to be other eagles up there to the level of height that you can reach. God say he's needing you to rise up in this season. You're not going to keep on being able to just say, hey, all my family suffer with depression, all my family is addicted to drugs, all my family, drinks, so I'm going to do it. No, you have to set yourself apart, and people are not going to like you. And when I got this message, a train came. God said, when you start breaking up these roots, you are going to be as loud as a train coming through your family, as loud as a train coming through your job. You don't physically be this loud, but it's in the spirit, it's going to be this loud where you're just busting up all of this negative things, uprooting this negative darkness that has been in environments for years and generations before you got there. You're just the person that he chose to bust it up. but keep your temperament good. Make sure that you continue to have a positive, optimistic attitude. Treat everybody fairly, but just know people are not going to like you. But that's because you are driving out darkness, and you are in that shark tank specifically to drive out darkness. I gotta go. I gotta get on my assignment. I did take some time to walk and just get this revelation, and just wanted to jump on really fresh and just share with you guys, because if I overthought it, I'll get too complex. I had a cousin tell me one time, Jessica, your brain is just so complex. Like, tone it down. But I take that as a compliment, because as an eagle spirit, this is what God birthed me here to do. The same thing with you. God birthed you in this earthly realm to dominate, not to play and look at everybody else dominate and get into their confidence in their business, build families, build homes and empires. God did not birth you here just to watch. You need to become an active participant and begin with those roots. Look at yourself, say, what am I suffering with? And know that it just didn't start with you. That same thing that's trying to take you out, that same depression, anxiety, stress, worration, fears, hallucinations, being sleep deprived, all of those things, it also robbed your family of getting to certain levels. It also robbed your ancestors dating all the way back to slavery. It robbed them of advancing in the kingdom. It just didn't start with you. So if you think that this thing is all about you, hopefully this message will give you a revelation that the roots are deep, deep down, and they're all intertwined. When you get a root, it just don't come up in a single. It come up in a bunch. So you may think that you just dealing with one thing, but it's a whole bunch of things you're going to have to dig up when you dig those roots up. But you can do it. You're the man. You're the woman for the job. You are the blessed tribe member who are going to dominate. I'm dominating right here with you. That's why sometimes I'm just so wore out. I'm like, listen, I warred in the spirit. But it is not a fight with your hands or with, weapons, but it's a spiritual fight. And you can do it. He birthed you here to do it. So remember, don't be selfish. I want to think about yourself, but also think about how you can slay some of this stuff that's been running havoc through your family. You can do it. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. If you have not turned on your notification bell, make sure you got it on so you can get each and every video I upload. If you need to sow into a life coaching session, I want you guys to do that quickly, because I don't know how long God is going to allow me to be able to speak to one-on-one people. I may have to speak to people in a group setting. God is wanting to elevate people in the kingdom who are really talking about kingdom teaching, because people need this encouragement. It's some sheep that are specified specifically to my voice, just like I was led to Latoya. There's people out there that's led to me, and God say, listen, it's time that you guys start working on your healing, start working uprooting some of this stuff that has held your grandma down, your great grandma, your mama, your uncle, your aunt, and you're like, listen, who's gonna stop this thing? You. I'm sad to tell you, but you. And you can do it. Just know with God, all things are possible. Not some, all. All right, I love y'all. I'm about to go shower and keep it moving. Continue to sow into the channel. Continue to like the videos. Make sure that other people get this message out there. I love you. I love you. I love you. All Boston Lip Gloss. You guys continue to be fabulous. Continue to soar and dominate as an eagle does. Do not scurry away when the storm comes. Do not back down when the sharks come. Make sure you war in the spirit. Pray up each and every day before you get up, that God gives you strength to be able to fight in these shark tanks, because you are of light. So he's not going to bring you amongst other light people just to get sharpened. That's the only time God is going to bring you as a light, as an eagle, as a leader into other rooms, is when he know you need to be sharpened. When you are investing life coaching sessions, when you invest into self-development courses, that's the only time he's going to bring you amongst other lights. It's just to sharpen you so you can get right back to work. All right. I love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. I'm about to go. You guys have a fabulous day. All right. God bless.